Good morning. Today we have a busy day. We are going to be running around town doing a couple projects, then we're going to come home and work out in the garden. And before I do anything though, we are going to start dinner. If you're new, my name is Becky and I've got a huge garden. So we're going to work out in the garden today. We're going to kind of finish a little bit of some of the projects we started yesterday. And I also really like to cook. And one thing I like to do is actually make freezer meals. So on nights that I don't want to cook or don't have the time, I can have an easy, quick dinner. And I am running very low on them. I'm trying to go through all the ones that I've made previously so that we can actually next week, I know I keep saying that, do a big freezer cooking day. And this is a freezer meal that we made a bit ago that I found in the bottom of my freezer, because again, I'm trying to go through the ones that I've already made before we make more. This was a Tuscan chicken. So there is artichoke hearts in here, chicken breast, onions, sun-dried tomatoes, and some cream cheese. I'm just gonna mix this up a little bit. And we're either gonna have this with some pasta, or I'm just gonna roast up some broccoli and cauliflower, and we're gonna call that good. And we're gonna have chicken with roasted veggies tonight. I'm gonna get this plugged in over here, lids on, and I'm gonna turn this on, I think high, maybe for 4 hours, and then it'll go to keep warm. That should be long enough, I think, for this. Doesn't look like much now, but it should taste pretty good. I made this a while ago, so I don't really remember what it tastes like. Okay, now I've got the keys. The first thing we need to do today is we need to go to the donation center to donate these 2 Adirondack chairs, and then go to the dump to dump some of the stuff that just needs to go to the dump. This is broken. It was left from the previous owners, and when I did a big clean yesterday, that just needed to be finally removed from my back patio. Real quick, I just noticed this morning. Look at all of the blossoms on this plum tree. It smells incredible. Look at all those pollinators on there. This tree is loaded with blossoms. Last year we didn't get very many plums, and the year before that we got so many plums, more plums than we knew what to do with. And I think that as long as we don't get a freeze or something, we might be getting a lot of plums this year. I'm not really seeing, oh, the blossoms on this apple tree are just starting to open. So that's kind of fun. One of my goals coming up here shortly is to get this front porch spruced up a little bit. These are some green stock planters I need to take and set up. And this just is not super inviting. I had let my chickens free range, so it's kind of a mess. That's why I don't let them free range very often. This needs to finally go, and I'll keep that for now, but I might switch out that mat. I just ran inside to grab my purse because I almost forgot that. And Josh is strapping down all the goodies so that nothing flies out of the back of the truck while I'm driving. Thank you, Josh. Do you need anything from the store? Because I think I'm gonna go run to Costco as well and get some rugs, outdoor rugs.
I don't think so.
Okay, he said he doesn't think so. As I was reversing, I forgot that we had a little pile of other stuff that needs to go to the dump. So Josh is just loading that in now. Ready? Okay, we're good to go. And here we're off. Done. Not my favorite thing to do. Now I just need to go pay, and then we're gonna go to the donation center. Got here at a good time because now there's a really long line to drop stuff off. All paid. Now I think I'm gonna get myself an iced tea. That's where we're heading next. Hi, could I please get a large unsweet iced tea?
Of course.
That's
Anything
it.
else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, just 205.
Thank you. They used to be $1 for a large unsweet iced tea, but now it's $1.89. I got my iced tea. I have the chairs dropped off. They took them no problem. I don't know why I was nervous that they wouldn't take the chairs, but they did. And now I'm trying to decide, should I go into town and run to Costco and get some spring mats and some spring decor for my front porch and my back porch. I'm actually wanting to kind of decorate my front porch and my back porch for spring. I've never done that before, but I really want to do that this year. I want to add a little bit of brightness and a little bit of cheer. I was just looking this morning at some different spring wreaths I could put. Do I want to go into town, or should I go home and work on what I was going to work on and shop later? Let's go to town. I'm halfway here. Let's go to Costco because I'm pretty sure they have some spring rugs. And then let's go to, or they did yesterday because I was in there yesterday. Where's my keys? Oh, it's in my ignition. And then we might run to Fred Meyer's too to see what they have for spring decor stuff. And then if they don't have what I'm looking for, I will just order it. Okay, I gotta get out of here. I just pulled into the Costco parking lot and I'm kicking myself that I didn't pick up those 2 outdoor rugs when I was here yesterday, but I wasn't sure if I wanted them. I've been thinking about them since I was here, so it must mean that I want them. And while we're in town, I forgot that yesterday, well, I didn't forget, but it was getting a little late and we needed to get home, that I wanted to go to Fred Meyer's to see if they had any rugs for the laundry room, because I looked here and I didn't like anything that they had here, or they were the wrong size. They were either too big, too small, or I didn't like them. And I think Fred Meyer's actually has a good rug selection. And while we're at it, we're going to look at World Market too. I did order a rug for the laundry room on Amazon, but I'm not sure if I'm going to like it or not. And I can always return it if I end up finding something else that I like here. I did get on Facebook Marketplace a table for my laundry room that I still need to put together. It's a solid wood table that I got for $50, and I'm really excited about that. And so I need to now find a rug to go underneath the table. And I also ordered a couple other things for the laundry room, so when we set the laundry room up together, we will do more than just the table and the rug, which I'm really looking forward to. Okay, into Costco. This truck does not have air conditioning, and it's getting kind of warm in here. I guess we're doing a shopping day. It wasn't really my intention today, but that's what it's looking like. I do need to make sure though that I give myself enough time to get home and do some of the garden projects that I want to get to this afternoon, because we're supposed to have rain for the next week. We're actually in a tornado warning starting tonight at 5 o'clock, which I've lived here for I've lived in this area for 35 years almost, and there's never been a tornado warning. So, or at least there's never been a tornado warning that I can remember. But right now it's beautiful, so it's hard to believe that we could actually get some crazy, crazy weather tonight. All that to say, I want to make sure I do some outdoor projects while the weather is still nice.
Thank you.
They have raspberries, boxwoods. Oh my goodness, look at all this over here. Tons of blueberry plants for $24.99. But I don't think I need any blueberry plants today. It's crazy. I was just here last night and they've already reorganized, but this is what I saw yesterday that I liked. I guess I didn't realize they were roses. They've got a couple different ones. They've got strawberries, roses, lemons, and a bee. For some reason, I don't like it as much as I did last night. So maybe that's why I didn't end up buying it yesterday. I only actually see 2 here that they have. I don't see the strawberry one or the bee one. Well, I decided against them, and I already was in there yesterday, did some grocery shopping, so I didn't need any groceries, and I don't want to waste time in there when the weather is this nice. So we're going to run to World Market real quick, and also I want to see if I can find a wreath for the front door. I want a spring wreath. I have one in my Amazon cart if I don't see one I like at World Market, and I want to look for some outdoor spring pillows. And I'm only going to look, so I know Home Depot and Lowe's would have outdoor spring pillows. Where did I park? Oh, I parked right there. I drove the truck. I was looking for my other car. But I'm not gonna run to 5 stores today. So I know that at some point I will have to go to Lowe's and Home Depot. So if they don't have what I want at Fred Meyer's and World Market, then at some point I'll go to Lowe's and Home Depot, or I'll look on Amazon because I was looking at those earlier today. I will share with you everything I do end up getting, and when I set up the front porch, I'll do that with you too. So I am definitely going to be getting some things for the front porch and back porch. I just don't know if I'll be able to find them today. The goal is to find them today, and if I can't find them, I'll order them. This was the absolute perfect time to come in here because they were actually setting up they were just finishing setting up all of their outdoor furniture and pillows. The outdoor pillow section here was incredibly large, and I had so much fun looking at all the fun different things. Now, I'm not looking for a sea themed. If you are wanting a sea themed, they had you covered. They had so many different kind of like underwater themed pillows. I want a little bit more generic, and so we're just going to look around and see what we can find. I, in the past, have never been one to really decorate for the seasons much other than, I guess, when it comes to my garden. Sure, I like to make lots of pots of flowers and stuff like that, but I have never taken the time to get seasonal pillows or really any sort of spring or seasonal decor, especially in the spring. I guess I do decorate for fall and Christmas just a little bit. You guys have seen how minimal I am. But something that my mom always did was she would decorate for spring and the different seasons, and it's something that I want to build on that skill. It's not a skill that I'm relatively comfortable with because, again, I have never done it. So you and I are going to work on building the skill to decorate for the seasons. And one thing that they did have is they also not only had a bunch of seafood, or not seafood, I guess technically a lobster is a seafood and a clam is a seafood, but they also had some fruit pillows and then just a lot of geometric, really, really colorful pillows. And I was trying to decide, am I going to go with something more colorful? Do I want something more neutral? They had a huge selection of neutrals as well. I typically am more of a neutral person, but I am really wanting to add a little bit of pop of color and a little bit of cheer to my front porch. This might sound silly, but when we were selling our last home, the home that we met together in, where we started gardening together, we actually hired a staging company to stage the house because we had already moved out of it, and there was some kind of like awkward shaped rooms. And so our realtor had recommended that we hire someone to stage the house so that the potential buyer could visualize, where their furniture and stuff could go just from the awkward shaped rooms. And the stager staged our front porch with my furniture. Actually, the one thing we didn't move was my patio furniture, and they put like seasonal spring pillows. And I remember thinking, that is so beautiful. I want to do that sometime. And that sometime is now. That was almost 3 years ago. And this year is the first year I am doing that. So I was looking at the different outdoor rugs here. They did have some that had a little bit of pop of color. I did pick up a couple pillows that I thought I liked. I grabbed a cart so that I could put some stuff in. And then I'm making my way towards where they have the indoor rugs. So I got a couple options that I think I like for my patio pillows because I want to get some front patio pillows. And then I wanted to see what patio rugs they have back here. Now my front patio is 100% covered. It doesn't get rain, so I don't really have to worry about the pillows and the rugs and things like that on my front patio getting wet. But I do have to think about that when I go to pick up some items for my patio furniture in the back. I thought this one was cute. Cute shoes. And this rug, not the bee one, but the one underneath the bee, we see this rug together when we went shopping at IKEA, and then we're finding it here, which I think is kind of interesting. It must just be like one maker of this rug that multiple stores sell. And I was thinking, I really like the look of this rug. I liked it at IKEA, so we're going to add this one to the cart. And now here we are. We're at the area rugs for the laundry room. So one thing I'm looking for when it comes to a rug for the laundry room is I am looking for it to be pretty large. I want it to be, I taped out the size of the table, and then I looked at different size rugs that you could find online, and I took some painter's tape and I put some tape on the ground, and I was trying to tape out like what size rug looks right for that size table that I bought. And I need a rug that is 8 feet by 10 feet. That way it is got a couple, like about 1.5 to 2 feet around the whole table, so that when I'm standing at the table folding laundry, I'm actually standing on the rug and it's not kind of like an awkward size. I wanted it to be big enough that I wouldn't be half on the rug, half off the rug. I'm looking at all the different styles. This was one I really liked. There was 3 that I was kind of going back and forth on that I actually liked, I think, better than the one I ordered online. And I end up calling Josh. I take pictures of the 3 that I like and send them to him, and we kind of go back and forth. We're talking about what the rug is made of. So that rug was made out of polyester. And then this was another rug that I liked, which was a little bit more neutral than this one. So these are the 2 that I like, and then there was one more that was kind of an outlier, and they're the 3 that I sent to Josh. And the first 2 were made out of polyester, and this one was made out of 100% wool. And I am someone that doesn't normally, gravitate toward a bunch of color, but for some reason I was liking this one. So Josh and I are talking about the differences in the materials that the rug is made out of. We are talking about the size. He went and measured the table, or not the table, because I had the size of the table taped out on the floor, but he was measuring again, like what size rug would be good. And the rug size, again, the one that I thought the 8 by 10 would be the right size is the size that he thought would be good. And that's the size that I ordered online. And unfortunately, all of the rug that they had in store were only 6 by 9, so they weren't quite big enough. So there was one that I was going to buy and have that one, and then the one that I ordered online next to each other and figure out which one I liked the best, and then I would return the one that I didn't end up keeping. But I couldn't buy any in store on this day because they didn't have any in the size I wanted. So you saw the pillows that were in my cart. Those were the ones that I thought I was going to go with. But then I saw these pillows, and this bee one was really speaking to me. And so I was second guessing all of my decisions. I was thinking, oh, maybe I don't want to go with kind of a yellow and pink theme. Maybe I want to go with green because I love green. I kind of think of green as a neutral that goes really well with this bee pillow. So this is kind of what I decided on. I decided to put the pink and yellow combo back, and then I end up going with these green and bee pillows, which I think were super fun and a little bit more my style. The rug that I ordered on Amazon for the laundry room was an 8 by 10. So that should be here tomorrow, and maybe that's the rug that I want. And it was a fraction of the price of what those ones were in there, about 1/3 of the price. So I did end up getting 2 of the green ones, the bumblebee one, and I ended up getting 1 of the yellow ones because I thought the yellow did go well with the bumblebee. So we'll see how it goes. I still want to look for a wreath to put on the front porch, but I think that that is so cute, and I'm so glad I stayed in the store long enough to find that one. I think that goes really well with the green. I'm quickly learning that green is becoming my favorite color because it gives me a little bit of color in my life, but it also feels like a neutral. So now I have to decide, are we gonna go to Fred Meyer's? We might as well, since I'm in town. So we're gonna run to Fred Meyer's real quick, and then we're gonna get home and start planting some things. Oh, I'm trying to use that key to turn the truck on. That's not gonna work. I'm glad I got this. It's all melted now at this point though. It's nice to see that they have plants out already. But when I first drove in, they had tomato plants way too early for us to be planting tomatoes. Unless maybe you had a greenhouse. Everything is so pretty. Look at these. I'm gonna do a whole green stalk in just, I think this is called calabricoa. They basically look like little tiny petunias. But I'm not gonna plant those out yet. I'm notorious for planting stuff out way too early and killing it. So any hot weather crops, I'm not gonna plant out till Mother's Day this year. Hold me to it. Those are really pretty, that couch set. This one's pretty too, but I need to find patio rugs. Ooh, that's a pretty table. I've never seen this before where it's like 2 couches. Looking for the rugs and I just walked past bobby pins. I'm almost out, so I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna grab these ones.
I thought I would look for area rugs here as well, and they did not have anything in any size that I needed when it comes to indoor rugs. And their patio rug selection was like the outdoor rug selection for a front porch or a back porch was pretty small as well. So this is what I'm looking at. I thought this was pretty, but this kind of gives me more like fall vibes or Christmas vibes. So it's not exactly what I'm looking for, a little bit busier than I want. I liked this one, except the shape I think was a little too short and squatty for my front door. And then look at this. This is the third time I've seen this rug. Maybe it's a sign that I need to buy this rug. I like the look of the rug. The only thing is I'm worried that I'm not gonna be able to open my front door, that it's gonna be a little too thick. But we're gonna give it a try and return it if it doesn't work.
And now we are on our way home to start a bunch of flowers that we can plant outside and make it beautiful. Got a little bit of a drive. Not too bad though. See you at the house. I took the chicken out. I mixed up the sauce really well to make sure it was nice and smooth, and I put it back in, put the lid on. The chicken is so beautifully tender. I am just gonna keep this on keep warm until dinner time, and dinner is basically done. I am gonna roast up some broccoli, and I think we're just gonna have that chicken with roasted broccoli. It is good. I think last time I made it, I cooked up pasta and I mixed in pasta with it, but I think today we're just gonna have broccoli and chicken. It's gonna be delicious. I bought broccoli at Costco yesterday, so all I'll have to do is roast it, and it's already diced, chopped, so I don't even have to chop it, which will be nice. Well, I was gonna wait to show this to you when we got it all set up, but we might have to go back to square one. First off, this rug is too big. Just what I feared is I can't shut this door with that rug in place, and I like to have this door shut and that door open to let in natural light. So this I have to return. So back to ground zero with this. Now over here, these pillows, tell me what you think. I think I'm gonna keep them. I might put them inside or bring them upstairs or something, or I might return them, I don't know. But I think that they are too big for this chair. Does that look silly? I'm gonna have to ask Josh what he thinks, but I think that looks silly with them kind of sticking off the sides like that. So I want this to look really put together, and to me right now it does not look really put together, so you're gonna help me figure this out. I might return these, I might put them on the back deck, but these are technically not outdoor pillows, so I probably should not put these on the back deck because the back deck is not covered. Now I was looking for a little thing to decorate here, like a candle or something, but I didn't see anything I wanted, so we'll be back to that. Now over here, I think this looks cute, somewhat. So maybe I'll go back and get or maybe I'll look online to see if I can find a green pillow this size. I'm gonna measure this and see if I can find an outdoor pillow that's green this size, and then I can have maybe just one of these with a green pillow and then a green pillow over here. I don't know. This right now is not speaking to me. I am working on having my spaces in my house put together. This is a skill I do not have, and I am wanting to build this skill. When we moved from our last house, we had it professionally staged before we moved because the house, all of our furniture was already out of it, and there were some awkward spots, and so it just helped having it staged. And they made the front porch look really nice, and I've always thought about, I should make my front porch look really nice. So I'm gonna put a pin in the front porch for now, and we will revisit that. Give me all your tips and tricks. I probably should look on Pinterest or something for inspiration and a layout that I like, and then find those pieces and order those pieces. But I want to have my front porch and my back porch look put together like a nice living space. And we are well on our way back here. We did a lot yesterday to have that happen out here. We got it pressure washed, we got it clean. We did buy some patio furniture last year. And so back here is starting to feel put together, but I think it would be nice to get some, pillows and things like that, just to make it feel even more homey back here. But that's a skill I don't have. It's a skill I need to build. And just like gardening or cooking, learning to decorate a house and things like that is a skill. So I'm working on it. But one thing I can do that's going to be relatively straightforward that I want to tackle today is actually get all of these strawberry plants condensed into one green stalk. I had some strawberry plants not survive, and by now they should be growing. Like, I know that that's dead. And last year I propagated a ton of these strawberry babies in here. This is another one that I have strawberries in, and I have strawberries in one over here as well. So if I could get all the strawberries in 2 planters, that would be good. And then I can repurpose these planters for something else, which I have big plans for. The cool thing about these planters is they are vertical, and you can get almost what one of my raised beds space would be in a 2 square foot section upright. So I think that is pretty cool. I'm going to drag over this planter so that all of my planters are next to each other. All of my varieties are going to get mixed up. I don't really care. So we're going to go down from hopefully 4 planters with strawberries in it into 2. And I think I'm going to put them in this one and this one because they both match. It would be easier for me to take these all apart and do this, or if I can just root one up. I think I can just root one up. Find a spot over here. I'm going to pull out the dead one and pop it in here. And it's supposed to rain tonight and for the next week. So this is a good time to do this so that I don't have to be out here watering these once they get transplanted.
Last spring, I bought a bunch of bare root strawberry plants from M.I. Gardener, and I also transplanted the strawberry plants that were left by the previous owner on this property into my green stalks. And I planted out 2 full green stalks worth of strawberry plants. Over the summer, strawberry plants will send off these little tiny runners or baby strawberry plants, and you can actually root those out and grow more strawberry plants from strawberry plants. It's kind of crazy. So what I did is I tried to root out as many of those little strawberry babies as I could. And what I'm now doing is I rooted them out in multiple green stalks. So I basically have 4 green stalks that have a ton of different strawberry plants in them. And because some of my strawberry plants did not survive winter, I'm going to condense them down. And I did not realize just how many strawberry plants I have. So I'm going through and pulling out a bunch of the strawberry babies that I had propagated last year, and then I'm trying to condense them down into the 2 planters. My goal is to get more strawberries this year. We got a lot of strawberries last year, but I didn't get enough to freeze any or make jam out of. We just ate strawberries fresh every single day, basically, during the growing season. We were getting multiple strawberries a day. It was kind of a fun family thing to go out and pick strawberries for the day that were ripe. And I'm hoping that maybe this year, because some of these plants are going to be more established, we will actually get more strawberries, and I'll hopefully get enough to put in the freezer. If not, we just enjoy growing strawberries because they're fun and delicious to eat during the growing season, and I can buy them from a local farmer if I need to.
I have now run out of space with this one and this one, and I still have quite a few more strawberry plants. So what I'm going to do is set up one more. So this size right here is the leaf, and these ones do really well for strawberries. This is the original size, and this does better for actual vegetables. So I plan to do one entire tower with just pepper plants, because I can put the same amount of pepper plants in one of these towers as I can in one of my beds. So I'm curious to see what that's going to do. And I want all of my strawberry towers to look the same. So this one is the basket weave, and I think it's really beautiful. And I want this one to be flowers. So that's why I'm kind of going through the effort to move all my strawberries around. It will be easier to transplant these here too once I get them filled up. So I am going to just lay these out like this. And if I don't have enough to fill this one as well, then I will probably pick up some more strawberry roots.
I actually do not have to buy any more strawberry plants this year because I was able to propagate enough to fill out this third planter. I had no idea that I had grown out that many strawberry plants, that I was going to be able to get 3 full towers worth of strawberries. So that's pretty exciting. So this is a brand new one to me, and I am going to show you how I set up a green stock planter. It's super easy. I know so many of you guys are now new owners of green stock planters due to that sale that just went on. And so let me just tell you how I start them. It is so easy. The first thing I do is I use the Happy Frog potting mix because that's what green stock recommends. I want to use a potting mix that is light and fluffy, that drains really well. I can link the Happy Frog potting mix down below, but look at your local greenhouses. You might be able to find it for a little bit less per bag if you buy it locally, because you're not going to be paying the built-in shipping cost. For Amazon, they don't always charge for shipping, but sometimes, especially with something like a soil that's heavy, the cost per bag might be more than if you buy it locally because they're building in that shipping cost. You just want to make sure you're using a light potting mix. If you're going to buy something that's not this brand, just make sure it does not say topsoil on the bag or raised bed mix on the bag or using native soil, because it will compact over time and you need to make sure that you've got good drainage. Another thing I do when I start out with my planters brand new is I like to make sure I fill the soil all the way to the top. I have soil all the way to the rim of the planter because over time, because the soil is so light and fluffy, it will start to compact just a bit, and you will actually see the soil levels reduce in the planter. Not because the soil is washing away, it's just starting to compact over time. I'm going to show you what they look like over here. So these planters have been planted out for, well, the basket weave I got last year. So this one's been planted out for a year. If you look at it, you can see the soil line is about, an inch or 2 below the rim of it. And that's because it's just compacted over time. And so with soil, as it compacts, you want to make sure it's still nice, light, and fluffy. And you want to make sure there's still quite a bit of soil in there. So by buying a soil that is designed for pots that has good drainage, that's going to help you out in the long run. And also filling it to the top will help you as well. The planters that have started to compact, I will top those off once I plant those out, but those are not what I am planting today. Another thing that I'm going to do for these strawberry plants is I am going to put a slow release fertilizer in each one of these rounds. On this day, I did not have any slow release fertilizer. I actually just went to the store, the greenhouse, to buy some seed potatoes, and I picked up a slow release organic fertilizer when I was at the store. At some point this summer, I will have to water these every few days, and about once a week when I'm doing that, I will fertilize them with a liquid fertilizer, but it's going to be a few months, or at least a month or two before that happens. So in the meantime, as it rains and these are watered by rain, I want to give them a little bit of food to give them kind of a jump start on the growing season. So now that I have the fertilizer, I'll take these apart and I will fertilize them.
This is where I'm at in this project. So I've almost got this third one completely filled with strawberries. I think I'm going to have enough plants to fill 3 of the same style planter with strawberry plants. But Josh just came out and let me know that he's about to get suited up to go check on the bees. So we're going to interrupt this for just a minute and go check on the bees. My goal today was also, I always have way more things on my list to do than what is realistic. My goal was also to get my zinnias planted up. I don't think I'm going to get to this today. I can show you what I'm going to plant because I probably will come out here maybe tonight, or I'll have Josh's help or something like that. I don't know, because I really do need to get these started, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to get started so that you can see. I need to go out into the garden and get some lettuce planted. I'm going to get these 2 Bennery's Giant Orange and Coral. These say they get up to 5 inches across, so huge zinnias, so I'm excited about that. I've never grown the Bennery's Giant variety before, and I've never grown the Oklahoma varieties, and I have pink, salmon, and golden yellow. I need to start 2 types of cosmos. These are one of my favorite flowers to go along with zinnias because they're so beautiful and romantic, and I've had very good luck growing them. And the white's my favorite because they just contrast with the colorful zinnias so well. And then I have here, which I'll put a picture here. This is a mix of straw flower. So instead of starting a bunch of different colors of straw flower like I've done in the past, I went ahead and got this straw flower mix, and we're going to get that planted up. What I'm thinking might be kind of fun after dinner is to actually come out here as a family and do this. And so that's probably what is going to happen. I just don't think I'm going to get to it with you all, but I just showed you what I'm going to plant, and I'm pretty sure I am going to start those in soil blocks. So I could probably be making the soil blocks, and Josh could be planting the seeds and doing that. I think that would work pretty, and labeling. He's very, very, very good at labeling.
If you are new, we are new beekeepers as of last year, and I want to give you an update on what is happening with our bees. Unfortunately, our bees passed away over the winter. I don't remember when we noticed that there was 0 bee activity on our hives, and we were very convinced that our bees had passed away. And so on this day, Josh and I were very shocked to see bee activity around our hives when we were getting ready to get the stuff strapped down to take to the dump and to the donation center. So if you can see flying around these 2 hives, those are honeybees, and we wanted to take a peek inside to see what was happening. And what we're pretty sure is happening here is that these are our neighbors' bees. Quite a few of our neighbors have honeybees, and these honeybees are actually scavenging the honey that our bees left behind. And that is just the sad reality of being a beekeeper. Since, you guys followed us along the journey last year of getting the bees, I wanted to update you that our bees did pass away over winter. And we are seeing bee activity around our hives, even though those are not our bees. My dream has been to be a beekeeper for the last 10 years, and we're not giving up on that dream. Josh has ordered some more bees. He is going to be picking up from a local beekeeper either the end of April or beginning of May. I'm not sure exactly when he has that scheduled, but we're going to try again this next year. Josh is doing a lot of research on what could have happened with our bees. We're not really sure what caused them to pass away. We just know that they didn't make it through the winter. So on a happier note, the strawberries look fantastic. I was able to get this one completely planted out, and I'm going to get it stacked up. All you have to do to stack it up is put one on top of each other, and then you're going to put that little gray disc in between, and that's what helps the water become distributed properly throughout the tower. The cool thing about these vertical planters is that you only have to water them from the top, and those little gray discs are what help distribute the water properly. And that's one reason why you want to make sure you use a light potting mix so that the water does kind of drain throughout the tower evenly. Now I'm going to sweep up my mess. If you were with me yesterday, I just pressure washed this back patio, and I probably should have done this project before I did that project, but it's okay. This is the way in which I did it. And I did not actually get to starting those flowers on this evening. This was such a busy day. I cannot believe what we were able to get done. We were running around all over town. And once I got this patio cleaned up, there was no time for me to go into the grow room and plant flowers. But what I did do over the weekend is I started hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of flowers. And I will show you what I started. We did it as a family. We just spent time out there. I did all the soil blocks, and then I had help actually putting the seeds in the holes and covering them up and getting them watered in, which was a lot of fun. But I did not get to it on this day. I did a little update, start a bunch of zinnias that I had saved the seed from Floret. If you were with me last year, I grew a bunch of Floret zinnia seeds, and a ton of them have sprouted, which is really exciting because I have never saved flower seeds and then planted them to grow out, and I had no idea if the seed that I saved was viable and if I was going to be able to be successful with that. And I so far have seen quite a few of them sprout, which is really exciting. And I would love to build on that skill of saving seeds. And this is the first of hopefully many seeds that I'll save and start myself.
The propagation worked from last year, and we will just see how they do. I will probably feed them here shortly at some point with some slow release fertilizer or something like that. Or maybe I've got the fish emulsion that I just bought. I don't know. They probably do need to be fed because I didn't feed them all winter. It is starting to rain and the thunder has rolled in. We finished right on time because there is some loud thunder happening at this point. I'm glad I got the patio swept up. Dinner is done. All I'm gonna do is roast some broccoli, and we're gonna have that chicken with roasted broccoli. And I am not gonna get to starting zinnias tonight. I don't know what I was thinking. Running around town always takes so much more time. And I'm bummed that half the stuff I got didn't end up working, but that's how it goes. I am gonna let the rain water in those strawberries. If it wasn't about to rain for the next week solid, I would water those strawberries, but I'm not gonna worry about that. The rain can take care of it. If you wanna watch more videos between now and the next upload, let me pop some there. You can go enjoy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And I can't wait to see you next time. Bye, friend.